2025 was a great year for animated movies and other movies as well. We were blessed with masterpieces, movies that will inspire us to make our own movies. Movies that were so good that they should end up on the biggest board on IMDb, and one of the most rated movies of all time on IMDb, and the highest rated movies of all time. And then there's the bombs. But now that 2025 is over, I thought it'd be a great idea to rank every single animated movie I watched in this year, starting with Dogman was just okay. I used to read these books all the time as a kid, and they were really good books. I would recommend to anyone. So seeing all these characters on the big screen did make me cry and did make me feel very nostalgia. The animation is the icing on the cake, and DreamWorks really cooked here with the style they were going for. I do have one complaint with the movie. It's called Dogman, but it kind of focused on Petey and little Petey's, honestly. They did have a good thing for Dogman in the beginning of the movie. They made him very sad because his owner died because of him, which really good stuff, and I really do like it. But he kind of got sidelined because of Petey and little Petey's whole friendship, which I think was really well done, but I really wish they kind of focused on Dogman because it's called Dogman. I'll actually go into more detail when my DreamWorks video comes out. So overall, Dogman is a pretty good movie. It's the end of the world. In February, I watched The Day the Earth Blew Up, The Witcher's Sign of the Deep, and these are two. First off is The Day the Earth Blew Up. Might be one of the best Looney Tunes movies we have gotten in a good bit. The whole bubblegum plot that Porky and Daffy are dragged in is a pretty good plot. The animation is very good, and we haven't gotten a 2D film in a long time, and this one returned. Also, every character from the old Looney Tunes short and some of the new characters are likable. From what I heard, this movie also went through a development hell. Apparently, Warner Bros. Were already planning to scrap this movie because I guess the CEO hated Looney Tunes, but then the studio called Ketchup Entertainment bought the rights for the movie, and yeah, the movie kind of bombed at the box office because of the marketing. But overall, The Day the Earth Blew Up is a great Looney Tunes movie, and it feels like Looney Tunes are back. Next movie is Witcher Sign of the Deep. This is a movie I thought I never watched because of the style it was going for, but my god, I'm glad I watched it because this might be one of the best movies of February. I do think the plot is fun and all, but I think the art style they're going for is really good. Also, the ending was just perfect. Overall, Witchers of the Sign of the Deep was a really good Netflix movie in my opinion. The next movie on our list is Xena 2, and an excellent movie in my opinion. I never watched the first movie, but I heard a lot of good stuff about this movie, so I got a little curious and bought my tickets to this movie. My god, how beautiful this movie is. The animation in this movie is so gorgeous, right next to Spider-Verse animation. Like, the story is excellent, every single character is likable, and the message this movie does tell is so good. I just think it's an excellent movie all around. I think it was really good. I hope it won an Oscar because my god, how beautiful of the movie this is. Overall, Nisa 2 is a perfect sequel. Even though I haven't watched the first one, this one was still pretty good.
Welcome to Bikini Bottom at the bottom of the ocean.
In March, I watched the Plankton movie and the Night of Zootopia. First off, the Plankton movie. This is the best SpongeBob movie right next to the original SpongeBob movie, and that says a lot. This movie did remind me of the first SpongeBob movie, which if you haven't watched it yet, it is a masterpiece. It's a whole lot more better than the Sandy Cheeks movie. If you know, you know. And the fact that the director of this movie is actually the voice of Plankton, which made this movie a whole lot more better to appreciate. The movie didn't do too well, though, because it got leaked when it was first announced, so yeah. But despite the leak, the story was actually pretty good and actually did have a vibe that Steven actually made the story, which, rest in peace, by the way. You're forever the GOAT. So overall, the Plankton movie was actually a lot more better than the Sandy Cheeks movie, and it's actually probably one of the best SpongeBob movies I have ever watched. Next is The Night of Zooquapolis. Zooquapolis, that's what I'm calling it. Zooquapolis. I honestly think like this movie is fine, honestly. I didn't really like the vibe the movie was going for, honestly. But I guess the animation was good, but aside from that, there's nothing really else to say about this movie. I would just recommend this to kids, honestly, if you're interested in it, because I'm not. In April, I watched King of Kings and Sneak. First up, we have King of Kings. We haven't gotten a good single Bible movie yet, and this movie is probably one of my favorite Bible movies of all time. Some acts do drag out, but I do forgive it for its animation and the story it's trying to tell. Like, it's talking about how Jesus was sacrificed on the cross, which is one of my favorite Bible stories of all time, and I think they executed this so well. The message was also pretty good, and the ending was also good. So overall, King of Kings is a solid Bible movie. Next is Sneak. This movie is basically Toy Story, but with shoes. And I don't like it. It's like the concept itself is pretty cool, but for some reason, they just had to copy Toy Story for some reason. I don't understand why. It's the Secret Life of Pets problem again, where the movie has a great idea, but for some reason just copies Toy Story because I don't know, maybe they didn't have a good idea. Then shut up, Cooper! And this movie was also very boring. Apparently as well, this movie was also in held development. But I don't think anyone actually cares about that part. Also, the plot of this movie is also very predictable. Also, the movie can be dull at times. So overall, Sneaks is a horrible animated movie up to 2025. In May, I watched Little Amela, Arco, Leo and Stitch, and Lost in the Starlight. First off is Little Amela. I don't care what nobody says, this is actually the best movie of 2025. The colorful animation, the characters are all likable, including Amela, and just, oh my god, everything about this movie is so perfect! Including the character dynamics, and the story, and the lesson they learn. It's perfect. Also, the family lesson is pretty good. The animation actually reminded me a lot of anime in some way because of how pretty it is. Overall, Little Amela is probably one of my favorite animated movies of all time now. Next up, we got Arco. Arco is also a beautiful masterpiece, but not as good as Little Amela. Look, to give credit where credit is due, I do love the animation, the story was also pretty good, and actually every single character in this movie was actually very likable. Wow, all the talking you're doing is making me tired, man. It's 2026 now. Look how late you are. You are so late. You are very late to making this video. I might as well just cancel the project if I was you. John, did Chase make the 2025 video? Yes, he did, even though it was late. So I am gonna do the same thing, man. Please leave me alone and go off. Meow. I don't think I will. There's nothing you can do to stop the incredible, most powerful John. I really hate that guy. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. Talking about Arco. The reason I don't think Arco is better than A Little Amala is because the story is kind of basic. Don't get me wrong, I think it's executed well, but nothing is going to beat A Little Amala. I'm sorry, okay? Overall, Arco is a pretty good movie and probably a masterpiece, but it's not as good as Little Amalo, I'm sorry, okay? Next, we got Leo and Stitch. This is probably one of the worst Disney live-action movies I have ever seen. It doesn't even change anything about the movie. It just adds so many jokes and much, much more childish jokes. And they did some incredible stupid things I think I have never seen an animated movie do. For some reason, Nani goes to college. First off, no, she didn't in the original. What the fuck? Second of all, and this one doesn't make sense, why is Pumbaa the villain of the movie? In the original, he wasn't the villain of the movie, he was just a scientist trying to make great creations. Why is he the villain of this movie? It felt so pointless and felt just like a thing they just wanted to do. Also, the animation for Stitch is really bad, honestly. It feels like the typical Disney live-action animation style we get every single live-action. I have honestly given up on Disney so many times, and I might actually give up right now because of this crap. So, overall, Leo and Stitch is a horrible live-action remake. Even though it might be a little more better than the Snow White one we got, it still doesn't change the fact. It's still a horrible live-action movie. Next is Lost in Starlight. Go drop everything you're doing right now and go watch this movie right now. This is generally one of the best movies I have ever seen in my whole life, and maybe even in my whole entire year, probably. Yeah, I mean, it's just good. The love story is incredible. The animation, if you love Studio Ghibli and all the work they've done, and some other anime studio, you are going to love the hell out of this movie. I'm being dead ass. You will enjoy this movie if you are an anime guy like me. You're just gonna love this movie if you're an anime guy, period. I just really love these two being together. It's such a great idea. It's like instant matchup, period. Like, they're perfect. It's like probably one of the best love stories right next to Wall-E and Elemental. Go watch this movie right now. 10 out of 10. Let's move on. In June, I saw Elio, K-Pop Demon Hunters, Smurfs, Teen Ninja Turtles Lost in New Jersey, and Animal Farm. First up is Elio, which might be the most neglected Pixar movie, if I'm gonna be honest, because of the controversy it got. But it's not that bad, honestly. It's a little forgettable compared to the rest of the Pixar movies, but I still found it to be an enjoyable movie. And you can definitely tell Pixar is not in their prime anymore, which pains me to say this because they can still make good movies, honestly. If you look at Elemental or something like that, the whole concept of the movie is kind of dull, honestly, which I think they did have a good idea with the movie, but because of the movie got delayed so much, I really feel like people didn't really care about this movie anymore and kind of forgot about it. The animation is good, but this is Pixar. They're gonna have good animation. Overall, Elio is not a bad Pixar movie, but it's kind of forgettable. Next is K-Pop Demon Hunters. Okay, before we begin talking about this movie, I just want to tell you, I did not want to watch this movie, but after seeing it pop up on TikTok and a whole lot of more social media, I just said, why the hell not? And I watched it, and my god, I can kind of see where people are coming from. The animation is incredible, the characters are all funny and likable, the story was actually really well decent, and the songs go absolutely hard, like... I'm sorry, but honestly, this movie isn't a masterpiece, but I think it's still a pretty good movie. So overall, K-Pop Demon Hunters is a pretty good movie. Next is the Smurfs. Hey, guys, did you know Rihanna is Smurfette? Who actually wanted this movie? Who actually knew what the Smurfs was in 2011? Does anyone even like the Smurfs? Let's be completely honest. Does anyone even love these guys? I do love the style that we're trying to go for the animation, but I just... The movie was still kind of boring, in my opinion. There's a Smurf called No Name Smurf, and he tries to find his thing. And then John Goodman over here tells him that you have a thing, and... I don't even remember anything from this movie, dude. It was so bad I forgot about it. I think the reason it bombed at the box office, I genuinely think people do not actually care about these guys anymore. Because back in 2011, they were like the most popular thing, even though people didn't know about them. Now I feel like people just don't care anymore in the big lord of 2025. The whole marketing for the movie was kind of abysmal as well. They just literally focused on Rihanna being Smurfette because, oh my god, it's a singer. She's playing Smurfette. You're supposed to be excited. Look, despite the animation being great, the movie is kind of boring and kind of bad, honestly. I mean, even some of the Smurfs we do know, like Clumsy and Nerd Smurf, whatever his name was, are not even likable in the slightest. So overall, Smurfs is a bad movie, but I don't think it's completely bad, but it's not good. Next movie on our list is Teen Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem Lost in New Jersey. I know this isn't technically a movie, but it technically came on theaters, so shut up, I'm counting it. This short film is pretty good. The animation is still good as the movie was, and the plot is okay, I guess. And that's all I have to say for this short film. It's not a bad short film, but Next movie on our list is Animal Farm. So, before we begin talking about this movie, I just want to tell you, I went to see this with my cousins, and they thought it was a great time. Me, on the other hand, I really hated this movie, and I feel like that's not surprising to everybody because this movie was recommended to kids only. This movie has one of the worst jokes I think I have ever seen come out of an animated kids movie, honestly, and I've seen so much worse. There were some things that did surprise me, like how they killed off Snowball and Napoleon, which I think that was really good, I guess. The animation, I guess, is good. And you know what's not good? This is the same studio who made King of Kings. I'm not even shocked that it's bad because I feel like everybody saw this coming. It's just, you don't understand the theory I have. I guess the message is in the right place, but the movie itself is terrible. So overall, Animal Farm is a horrible movie. In July, I only watched one movie, and that movie is The Bad Guys 2. The Bad Guys 2 is a perfect sequel, in my opinion. I do love the reveal with the cat in the movie. To be revealed, she was the bad guy all along, and she was the only bad guy in the bad girls group, which was pretty cool. And DreamWorks listened to this. They made these two a couple. Thank you, DreamWorks! I do kind of think this movie is kind of a step down, honestly, because most of the jokes in this movie are kind of bad, honestly. Like, some of them are good. I really like some of the jokes, but some of them are just fart and poop jokes all the time, honestly. Overall, I really enjoyed The Bad Guys 2, and I'll definitely watch the third when it comes out. Eventually. In August, I watched Fixed and The Colorful Stage, the movie of Miku Who Can't Sing. First off is Fixed. So, this was a movie, alright? It was directed by Gindi, the creator of Dexter's Lab and a lot more TV shows that I really love. So, this movie was kind of disappointing to me. I mean, for Sony's Animation's first ever rated R movie, I think it's technically fine. But the humor is definitely humor, alright? But it's not good humor, honestly. I do honestly think this movie would have been perfect if it was released in 2016 when Sausage Party came out. But I do learn that the movie did go for a development hell as well. So, I can't honestly blame them here. I do think the plot of this dog trying to impress this other dog was fine, I guess. And they go to this strip club and... oh, God. Yeah. Fix is a weird movie, honestly. It's pretty disgusting at times, but I think it can be enjoyable at times. Overall, Fix is an okay movie, alright? Next on the list is A Colorful Stage, the movie A Miku Who Can't Sing. So I was already excited for this because I'm a big Miku fan, and yeah, it was a great movie. The animation was really good and really expressive at times. Every character, including Miku, is very likable. I do think the story is bland, and you could do so much with a Miku movie, but for some reason, it was kind of dull and predictable. But I think the execution is pretty good, so I'll forgive it. Overall, A Colorful Stage, A Miku Who Can't Sing was a pretty good movie, in my opinion.
Hey, Gabby, meet us in the dark.
In September, I watched Gabby's Dollhouse, Stitchhead, and Scarlet. Starting off with Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie. Okay, I wasn't even thinking about watching this movie in September, but I saw the positive reviews, and I was like, wait a minute. There's no way a Gabby Dollhouse movie is good. I thought it'd be terrible. So I bought myself some tickets, and I went to see it, and it was fine. It's not a good movie, but it was not as bad as I thought it would be. Look, to give this movie credit for what it's due, I think the lesson is pretty good, and it actually did have some emotional moments, which I don't think got me, but some did. The humor is definitely a kid's movie, and it kind of sucked. I honestly don't know why this movie was even live action to begin with. I really felt like it should have stayed animated. The live action segments are kind of pointless in my opinion. And plus, it's Gabby, Dollhouse the movie. You're not meant to take this film serious. Overall, Gabby's Dollhouse the movie was a fine movie, but it's not a perfect movie. Next is Stitchhead. Okay, so hearing about the concept of this movie, I was actually thinking about going and seeing this movie. I'm glad I did, because this movie was actually pretty good. I do love the vibes this movie was going for. It was actually pretty cool. The whole plot about this guy being created by a scientist and him being called Stitchhead was really cool. But I do have flaws with this movie. The ending did drag out for a little bit, honestly. And that's my only complaint with this whole movie. And I don't know why, but I thought this movie was stop motion for a second. I honestly don't know why. It's 3D animation. What is wrong with me? Overall, Stitchhead is a pretty good movie. And finally, one of the last movies that came out in September that I watched is Scarlet. Scarlet is amazing. Like, it might be the best movie of September. Maybe even the whole year. Okay, I won't go that far. The story, the characters, just the music was... everything about it is so good, man. I don't really have anything to say about Scarlet, honestly. It's a beautiful animated movie, and the story was kind of basic, but it was executed well, so I'll allow it. I don't think this movie was kind of meant for me. I mean, if you're one of these people who watch this type of movie, good for you, but I'm not the one. So overall, Scarlet is a good movie, but not for me. In October, I watched In Your Dreams, The Twits, and Charlie the Wonder Dog. First off is In Your Dreams, which, I'll be honest, I actually really enjoyed. This movie does try to tell a deep story about divorce, but I kind of didn't vibe with it. I mean, for a movie about dreams and stuff, I don't think this lesson kind of fitted it. The animation is pretty good, and it's pretty great for Netflix's first animation movie. I didn't really like the human animation. I don't know, man. It kind of felt like too realistic, honestly. They could have gone for a vibe like Pixar animation, but for some reason, the humans look weird. I don't know. It just, ugh. The giraffe doll was pretty funny, and actually was probably the funniest part about this whole movie, honestly. Story's not bad. It was actually pretty fun at some points. Overall, In Your Dreams is a pretty solid animated movie. Next is The Twits. The amount of anger I have from this movie is insanity. This movie was just so disappointing. I really enjoyed the original book. I would recommend the book. But the adaptation of the book in this movie? Garbage! The animation looks ugly. The characters are not likable in the slightest. The plot is so predictable. It just felt like Netflix just took a crap on the book's grave and didn't care what it was or what the book was even about and just made a plot out of nothing. There's barely anything good about this movie. I couldn't find one thing I actually liked about this movie. This is probably one of the worst movies of 2025. I'm being honest. I actually wanted to love this movie so much because I loved the book. But no, it's garbage. It's probably one of the worst book adaptations I ever seen, honestly. Just go read the actual book. It's much more better. So overall, The Twits is a horrible animated movie and probably one of the worst adaptation books I have ever seen come out of a movie. Next on our list is Charlie the Wonder Dog. What did I even watch? I don't know what this movie was even trying to do, honestly. It was so confusing. It's about a dog named Charlie, the Wonder Dog, and he goes to court for some reason. I don't know why, but it's so confusing as hell, dude. I don't know what this movie was trying to do, honestly. The story was bad. The characters were bad. The plot was bad. The animation was kind of good, but kind of bad at some points. If I can just sum up Charlie in one word, it would be kind of a bad movie, honestly. So overall, Charlie the Wonder Dog is a bad movie, and I wouldn't recommend to anyone. I would just recommend this to kids, honestly. In November, I saw Zootopia 2 and David. First off is Zootopia 2, which was an excellent sequel in my opinion. When I first saw the marketing for the movie, I thought it was gonna suck so bad, but actually, this movie actually subverted my expectations by actually being a good movie. So this movie was actually already planned to be made, actually, so they kind of knew what they were doing with the Zootopia franchise. And I'll be honest, the twist villain actually got me this time. And I do love the message about corruption this movie was trying to go for, which I think they executed the message so well. It's kind of sad that we thought this movie was going to be bad because recent Disney sequels have been so garbage, including Moana 2. Judy and Nick's friendship actually gets tested in this movie, and I think it's pretty good. I do honestly feel like this is the best Disney movie we've gotten in such a long time because every single Disney movie that came out after this was straight up garbage. So, overall, Zootopia 2 is the perfect sequel and probably one of the best Disney movies we have gotten in a good bit. Next is David. David was actually a pretty good movie. The animation is good, the characters are all likable, and I just like this movie. It was kind of cool, honestly. The whole story about David was actually pretty well done. David himself was also a very likable character, in my opinion. And in some weird way, I think it's a little more better than King of Kings, honestly. Look, King of Kings is a good movie, but I think this movie boxed the hell out of it. The ending, the message, it's also good. Overall, David is a pretty good movie. Big God. In December, I watched SpongeBob: The Search for SquarePants and Dire Whoopie Kid Christmas Special. I forgot what it was called. Let's start off with SpongeBob: Search for SquarePants. This movie was big guy, pants okay. I do honestly think it's a bit more better than the third SpongeBob movie, but that doesn't say a lot. The plot is kind of predictable, and it's kind of recycled, honestly. It's basically like the third one and like the first one again. Like, what's the point of you making this movie if you're just gonna recycle the same plot? That doesn't make sense. Patrick is probably the more annoying parts about this whole movie. Sure, Patrick isn't the smartest guy in the world, but he's not this stupid, honestly. I will be honest, I do love the emotional stuff in Mr. Krabs and SpongeBob. It was like the only good part about this whole movie. Mr. Krabs caring for SpongeBob was actually one of the nicest parts about this whole movie, honestly, because he was kind of greedy in the whole show, so seeing him care about somebody else is really rare, and it's pretty sweet. This movie didn't do too well, though, because on the opening day, it kind of flopped in the box office, but it kind of got better over, 5 weeks. Also, the animation this week is a whole lot more better on Sponge and Run. Sure, it does look cheap on the inside, but it's actually really well used, and I think it's very expressive at times. Also, Big Guy is a pretty good song, but I just hate how it's been stuck in my head for the past 2 months, because everybody on TikTok just loves the hell out of Ice Spice, I guess. By the way, we don't talk about what she wore in the premiere. Overall, SpongeBob SquarePants, Search for SquarePants is a pretty good movie, but I don't think it's the best one in the franchise. But I will say, it's a whole lot better than the third one, honestly. Next movie on our list is Dire Whoopie Kid: The Last Straw. It's so bad. I knew it was coming. I thought it'd be good. I thought it'd be something better. but it's kind of bad, honestly. I don't even know why I even bothered to watch this movie, because Diary of a Wimpy Kid is just so dead to me. Disney literally just killed off this franchise, and I'm so sad about it. The live-action movies will always be better than these Disney Plus-ass, small-budget-ass movies. Like, generally, just go read the book or just watch the live-action movies. These movies can be garbage. I do want to give it credit. It's kind of better than the first two, honestly, because it does try to do something with Greg and his dad, honestly. It's kind of fine. Overall, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Last Straw is probably one of the worst movies of 2025, but I will admit, it's at least a little better than the other two movies we got. Woo! Finally. Thank God. I am finally done with this video. So, the number one best movie on our list of 2025 is going to be, drumroll please, Lost in Starlight. Congratulations, Lost in Starlight. You have won the number one best movie of 2025. Congratulations. Let's give a clap for the Lost in the Starlight. Woo! Yeah, this probably isn't shocking to you guys at all. And taking the number two spot is Little Mala. Congratulations to these two movies. Let's give them a hand of applause, everybody. Yeah. I'm so happy for these two movies. They're like children to me. And the worst movie of 2025 goes to Leo and Stitch, the live-action version. Yeah, I'm getting pretty sick of Disney's live-action crap. And with that, another year has come and gone. Every single animation movie that came out in 2025 was just okay. It's not as good as the other movies we had in other years, but I think some of them here are still pretty good movies. And I'm finally done editing this video! Whoa! I'm out of the freedom, baby! I mean, I still gotta rank the DreamWorks Part 1 video. Yes, I'm making it a part video because I know good and damn well you guys are not gonna watch the full DreamWorks video like in 1 hour or something like that. I'm making it a part video. Don't get mad at me. And that is gonna finally do it for the 2025 video. I know it was late making this video, but shut up, editing sucked. So, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm on our goal of 200 subs, and I really would appreciate that because I'm poor and I need a lot more money. So, yeah, thank you. Bye.